Hi Virgos, and welcome to your October 2022 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about your month ahead. I hope you're all doing really well. In this reading, I will be giving you some intuitive messages about October, as well as a week-to-week tarot forecast and an extended reading on Patreon, which will be linked below. Let's get into it, Virgos. Okay, intuitively, I feel like you're one of the best this month, okay? So there's a feeling of getting to a pinnacle of expression. I feel that you're finally transcending something really hard, okay? So we've had a long lineup of need and demand for Virgo energy. I feel that people have really been relying on you, or you have really been the epicenter of a lot of people's experience over the last few years, and here we are moving into October and even into November as well. Things really change for you, and you have a kind of oasis of selfhood coming in. I love to see the Judgment card, the Star card, the World card, three really impressive major arcana cards. I always say if there are three or more, it's going to be a very memorable month. So I feel that you're getting back to you here in October, and regardless of how busy you are, as it does feel also with like the 8 and 9 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and all the other cards in your reading, it does feel that you're quite busy, or you're having to really show up, and maybe a lot of people are relying on you in the workplace or even in your family home. But regardless of how busy you are, you get these flashes or these sort of remembrances of who you truly are and how you transcend the current obstacles in your life. So this is going to be a really great month, Virgo, to just really list out and to sit down with yourself, maybe with like coffee or tea, and to just understand where the hope is in your experience, okay? It's very easy right now with the Saturn-Uranus square being in for this entire month to see what's bad. It's very easy to get frustrated, to feel as if you don't know how things are going to come together. You don't know how you can balance all of this. You don't know how you can even touch a lot of this without major reductions or major parameters imposed. It's very easy to feel that way here. Where the beauty of that is like within that strain for some people, there is a vision or an intuition that comes in about how like all of it is solved, like a solution to everything. A new world or a new universe or a new life experience may be the only option moving forward from here. And I love seeing that with your energy, Virgos. The Star and the World card coming up, along with the Judgment card. It's like, I can't have this this conglomeration of experiences anymore. I have to create an entirely new way. And perhaps a lot of these raw components remain. Perhaps this entire schemata in a way remains, but in a completely new context or in a completely new way, supported by a completely different foundational selfhood. So that is hopeful, okay? And you're like the fourth sign I've read for this month where it's like, we are moving into a much more hopeful territory. In fact, I almost feel like the World and the Star card, the conjunction of those two energies, is kind of like what we need to be aiming for 2023. Okay, and I'm already kind of preparing you guys for 2023 because it's getting close. We're already halfway through October here, and we've got like a month and a half left of 2022. So it's basically here, but yes, we have a very strong eclipse season coming at the end of this month and also in November. Okay, so Scorpio eclipses, it's going to totally change everything. And we have to kind of see the other side of it. We have to know that we're going to be there for ourselves. We have to know that we're going to make some mature decisions that honor who we are, honor our potential, and honor the freedom that we need. Okay. So anything that's reminiscent of like the devil archetype, so like chaining yourself up, overcommitting yourself, identifying some form of false light as an overcommitted, sort of concomitant way forward, has to be seen as what it is, which is sort of like a new dualism or a new kind of, for some people, double life or fragmented projection or expression. And that's a whole other dialogue for another day. But I feel that Virgo, as this sort of mutable earth sign, has to understand what has broken, okay? What is no longer in one piece, and to start sweeping up those pieces. I've seen this, and if you guys want to go and check out Leo and Leo's extended reading, which is on Patreon, I talked at length about this, about how we have to kind of be prepared to face the fragmentation, and we have to be prepared to kind of start to clean that up or to start to bring that back together. And that process is a challenge. You know, if you've ever like broken glass on the floor, okay, like cleaning that up isn't fun. Nobody wants to do that. There's a lot of glass shards. There's a lot of stuff that you can miss as well. And it's like, that's one of the psychic images I'm getting for 2023 and especially into 2024. We have like this fragmentation that grows, and then like a sweeping up or cleaning up. So I'll be talking more about that in the 2023 year ahead video, but I want to prepare you, Virgo, as you are like the cleaner of the zodiac, the order bringer, the person who handles chaos. So you might have some things that you have to kind of piece back together or glue back together here to create a new kind of like kaleidoscope of your own inner projection or of your own new glowing selfhood. So that part, okay, the glowing selfhood is what's being reforged and reformed here. So really be ready, like maybe have your journal with you everywhere you go. And if you get these flashes of like, okay, that's way better, that's what I want out of life, not so much this, try to be prepared to write that down, because that could be fleeting, but because it's so fleeting, it's more poignant. So let's talk about your week to week Virgos. Week number 1, the Ace of Wands, rooted down by the Judgment card. Okay, your creative flair is going to level up. So you're going to have an elevation, and you might not be able to output or express in the previous way. So Ace of Wands indicates a completely new voicing of creativity. It indicates a new format, a new idea, a new project, a new motivation. The Judgment card is also like that. It's a new life. It's a realization. It's a light bulb moment. So that's what you're having in the first week of October, is like a light bulb moment. That's beautiful. Week 2, the world rooted down by 8 of Wands. Okay, so a world of abundance, a world of new possibilities as well. You've got like a bunch of new possibilities coming in the second week of October. So be prepared to parse through that stuff and to identify and perhaps record what has come in, because I feel that you have to really know, like on paper or in a very kind of 2D way, what is possible moving forward. And in order to not be overwhelmed by like the plethora of possibilities coming in for you, you need to really be able to wrap your mind around each one of them and not just kind of roll the dice. Okay, so there's an ending of soul focus. When I say soul focus, I mean SOLE, like the one focus. And there's this sort of fragmentation or splitting, and you have like these different ways, different paths you can follow. So that's further indicated by the 8 of Wands, and then progressing to the 9 of Wands, you have chronological order. The star rooted down by the 9 of Wands in the 3rd week. That's when we have the eclipse as well in Scorpio. Scorpio season starts, and you have a very clear understanding, and I love this, Virgos. This is so cool. How can I articulate this? You don't have the brain fog anymore. You don't have the confusion. You don't have the kind of like hopeless feeling, I don't know, buzzing around. You have a clarity, and you have a focal point as well, and it feels like a new bucket list is coming in for you as well. So don't be surprised if you have like new goals that, or like new wants, new avenues. And having so many of these can be hard. I'm going through that right now as well, where it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many ways that I can move, or one can move forward. How do you choose? And does that lead to stagnation? No. By the 3rd week of October, you're not ready to accept the stagnation. You're ready to like do this one by one, maybe. And that can kind of be like a positive manifestation of the 9 of Wands. We never talk about that. Positive manifestations of the 9 of Wands in the tarot. One of those positive manifestations is, I always feel when the star is connected and they're both upright, this is like the positive manifestation. One is, yes, having multiple opportunities leading to options, so you don't feel like you're forced to go any one direction. And then also having a lot of momentum behind you, so you have like a nice headwind. But yes, I feel that it's painstaking, the degree to which that card has been coming up, as well as the 10 of Wands over the last 2 years. And I do feel that there's something that's harder than it has to be. in your experience. I do feel that there's something more longer, more drawn out than it has to be, and not as refined or optimized as it could be. So think about that in the third week. Think about upgrading your technology. Check out Leo's reading as well. I talked a lot about these like upgrades and these ways that we can have more or accomplish more or be more purposeful in our action by accepting new, more refined, optimized ways. Also, the energy of health. Okay, the star card is about health. It's about vulnerability. It's about honesty. It depicts nudity, so it's about not covering things up. It's about letting things be what they are and not feeling like we have to intervene, not feeling like we have to alter things. So that's another interesting thought, a sort of non-interventionist, more pacifistic approach. Is that a word, pacifistic? More having more peace orientation is really nice for you. More water, more hydration, more alkalinity. Really think about that stuff. And then also like really see like what's pulling you. Okay. Try to look more towards that than just the constant repetition. Week 4, the Knight of Wands, rooted down by the King of Pentacles. Okay. Creative materialism, material growth through creative solutions. If you're a business owner, you can maybe creatively do better instead of having to like push yourself much harder, okay? Also, your creative ideas can yield you material results. Your creative evolution, your creative process is going to have a material context to it now. So the 4th week is a great time to understand what that might look like. And let's talk more about that in your extended reading, Virgo. Let's talk more about material evolution and creative evolution. And I want to also look more into tips for health and well-being. So I will check that out. I'll get a central theme, supporting themes, and a significator card, and we will talk more about it. That's linked below. Come check it out, Virgos. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great month. Bye.